Back at it again, and I don't have my tripod. Hopefully I am in full frame. Um, so out here, outside, um, about to eat this watermelon and just kind of talk about um, what's going on in my head right now. So yesterday I found out that one of my aunts had passed. And I've never been really good with funerals or deaths since I was a kid. It took me forever to like grieve my grandmother's passing. It was like my only grandmother that I had a relationship with, that I didn't grieve very well. It took me a very long time to grieve her passing. Um, and like with my aunt's passing, it's not even because I understand like the health issues that she is starting to develop, you know. Um, and it like anytime anybody passes, it always brings up like questions for me and how I'm living my life, and you know, being trying to be the best person or be a good person, as good of a person as I can be in this lifetime. Um, Showing as much love as possible. Uh, you know, trying to be there when I can. And it's like, damn. And then, yeah, also yesterday, you know, it was a shooting here in Louisville on a school bus stop outside of a YMCA, pretty much, or down the street, or like, you know, in the vicinity of a YMCA. You know, it's a bus stop. A lady ended up losing her life just walking her kid to the school bus stop, and that just blows my mind. And you know, me and my AG be having conversations, and I so want to like have our conversations on camera, um, because for me it's like bridging that gap between young and old, or older. I like calling them seasoned, you know, wisdom, bridging that gap, because there's a lot of youth or a lot of younger people who don't want to hear what our ancestors have to say, when they've been through life already. Um, you know, keeping that open mind and willing to experience and learn new things, um, is how you continue to grow and continue to evolve and be the best version of yourself that you can be. So this morning I posted on my Instagram that just because you're hurting does not give you, you know what I'm saying, doesn't give you the reason or, you know, the permission to hurt someone else, you know. And the state of the world right now, as like I'm viewing it, and it's not everyone, but it's a large majority of what we're seeing and what's being put as focal points, is a lot of hurt people are hurting people. Our presidential elect, his, like, to me, the way he moves, right, is that of an immature, emotionally immature child. You know, it's very childish how he operates, because you didn't, and this is what it looked like. I don't know what it was exactly, but because you didn't get the turnout at your parade the way that you wanted to, you ended up bombing another country. Like, what sense does that make? And it's the way it looked. You know, a lot of his, decisions are irrational, you know, and it just kind of ties to that shooting, right? A 15-year-old, like, what in the world would possess a 15-year-old to, or whoever, I don't know. They said that they ended up taking a 15-year-old in custody. Don't know the full details, but they're still looking for the person who was responsible for the shooting. But, and as they said, this isn't the first shooting at a bus stop this year already. School just started. It hasn't even been a full 2 weeks yet of school. So it's like, just because you hurting doesn't give you the permission or the right to hurt someone else. We're all dealing with something. We're all hurting, and the hurt that my family is experiencing with the loss of a loved one, that doesn't give, that doesn't give you the right to take that emotion out on someone else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they are, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't justify, it's a feeling that you have to deal with, and going back to that 15-year-old, maybe he was traumatized by something he went through, right? And it was like, it's like going back down that lineage, and it was like generational cycles. And right now I'm learning to process my own childhood trauma and the things that I've been through as a child with a disability. The amount of hurt that I've experienced in my life, not just from friends, lovers, loved ones, but family too. You know what I'm saying? The people that are the closest to you, that shit does something to you. But now that I'm older, it's my responsibility to deal with that hurt, to deal with that pain, and establish boundaries. You know what I'm saying? To make better decisions, to put myself with better people, in better places, with better things, so that I don't have to worry about walking out my damn door, even though this can happen anywhere. Walking out my door and I have to worry about a 15-year-old walking up to me and just shooting me for no reason. You don't even know me from the sole of your shoe. You don't even, you know what I'm saying? It just blows my mind as to where we are right now as humanity. Like, so much shit that's going on is so inhumane. And then when you talk about the inhumanity in it, they want to say that it's you talking politics. You're being I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but you're starting to talk about politics when you're talking about how politics is affecting humanity, the humane decisions that we get to make. And I'm just like, and a lot of it comes because don't nobody want to sit with themselves. Half the people that are causing a lot of the hurt and a lot of the pain going on sometimes don't even realize that they're hurting because they're so numb and they don't want to sit with themselves. to really like think about why you make the decisions that you make. A lot of the decisions that I make come from my experiences in life. And this is what I've been noticing is like perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. And our experiences in life affect our perspective. But if that perspective is negative, if that experience is negative and it can shape your perspective to lean the same way, if we catch it early enough and we're able to nurture it, that negative experience will have will less likely affect the perspective to be negative. It's putting that buffer ain't there no more. Didn't nobody give me the game that I have now on. None of my family or the people that I grew up with taught me how to deal with my emotions. A majority of my family, they're still emotionally immature. So it's like I had to pick this stuff up myself. And now I'm trying to share it with other people. But like it is real interesting, and I forgot my train of thought. Cause I want to eat this watermelon. But like, yeah, perspective is everything. And our decision making is, don't nobody want to sit with their decisions, right? Because if I'm hurting financially, right, I don't want to admit that I have I don't know how to manage my money. I don't have the ability to make sound financial decisions. So I'm hurting financially. What do I need to do to stop that bleeding from happening? I need to figure out what I need to do in order to make better financial decisions. I'm hurting health-wise. I need to figure out what I need to do in order to get my health back on track. I'm hurting emotionally. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to establish boundaries, and I'm talking to myself. I'm learning how to establish boundaries so that I don't get hurt by allowing people allowing myself to be in better social situations. Like, yeah, it is like, I know, and it's like it's so interesting how the passing of my aunt just triggered all of these emotions for me, because, and I know why now. It's because I am working to live a fulfilled life. I don't want to live a life. I'm trying to See, I'm trying to refrain from using not negative connotations. I'm working to live a life worth living. No regrets. Loving hard, loving intentionally. I don't know, I think it overheated or whatever, but I'm not gonna be talking too much longer. But I know why, because I'm working to live a fulfilled life. No regrets. Attracting my dreams, attracting all the things that I desire in life. I'm working to attract, because we're not chasing, because the more you chase something, the further it gets away. And I realize, I've learned that in order to get what you want and what you desire, sometimes you have to give it. And sometimes it's giving it to the world, giving it to the people, places, and things around you. But sometimes it requires you giving it to yourself first. I'm a lover. I'm big on love. I don't care who knows it. I shout it out to the world. I'm a lover girl. But that love that I've been seeking, has to come from me first. I know love exists because of my ability to love. But in this life, what I've been shown with the people that I've grown up with the women in my life, with the models that were in my life, that was around me, they were always chasing love. And they never really gave it to themselves. They spread themselves thin. They had no boundaries. They sacrificed. They lost themselves. They forgot about dreaming themselves. I tell my mama now, and I told her before, we don't have the best relationship, right? But I told her, I was like, I wished her I think it was for her birthday. I wished her a happy birthday, and I told her that I hope that you dream big, bigger than you ever have, because you deserve to be happy. All the things that she's been through in her life that she does not speak about, the trauma, the hurt that she's dealing with, that me and my siblings had to experience and go through. She deserves to give herself that love, that appreciation, that empathy, that everybody deserves the world that they seek, that they desire. And that's all I'm gonna say. And the humanity of this world fucking sucks right now. But I can only control me, my thoughts, feelings, and show up in the world being the best person that I can be. And whoever gets to see this video, I hope that you do the same. May y'all have a blessed day. As always, everything is motivation, but consistency is what gets you there. Peace out. Crazy.